It is time, people. It is time. When I am filming this, it is March 31st, and I have less than 12 hours left on my 3-month no-buy, just in time for the Sephora spring sale. Let's get into it. Dang, it's about to go down. Well, not really. My list, I think, my little wish list shopping cart, I think it's pretty well curated. I did add a few things to my wish list that I had been kind of eyeing. I don't know if I'm going to purchase all of these items. I can pretty much guarantee that I probably won't. But there are some definite yeses and a lot of maybes. So starting off with, and these have been in my cart since they came out. I put them in there and I was like, you will stay there until April 1st. Thanks. First up are the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Lipsticks in the shades Slip and Cabo. Do I need any more lipsticks? Of course not. Do I need any more makeup at all? Of course not. I mean, we all know this. We've all acknowledged that, right? Like, none of us need any more makeup. Not really. But I want these lipsticks. They look so beautiful. I've heard nothing but good things about the formula. I've tried a few things from Merit now that I have enjoyed a lot, and I just want to try the formula. Cabo is like that perfect sort of red orange. And I should probably scooch over because I'm gonna put some photos up. But yeah, Cabo is like that perfect like red orange, but it's what I like to call sort of like the girl who doesn't wear makeup's red orange, because it's slightly muted. It has a brightness, but there's a slight muted undertone that I really enjoy and I think will be perfect for summer. And then Slip. I'm a sucker for a nude lipstick, and this one just looks like a really good everyday lipstick. I was also eyeing Tiger. Tiger is like a brick red, and this is in stock as well. But I feel like on me, this will look a little bit more muted than say Cabo would because of the brown undertones. So I've been eyeing this one as well. I don't know. We'll see. It's either going to be Tiger or it's going to be Slip, but Cabo is a definite yes. Stop in my actual shopping cart, and these are things that are in my actual shopping cart, and then I'll talk about the things that are on my loves list and what I'm thinking of adding to the cart. But right now, this is just everything that's been sitting in my cart for a while. Next up is the Milk Makeup Rise Lifting and Lengthening Mascara. I'm thinking of getting the mini. As I've said before here on the channel, I don't purchase full sizes of mascaras if I can help it, because I'm a big stickler with throwing mascaras away after 3 months, and I just feel like for the price point, I don't really need all that product. Can I help you, sir? You seem very interested in what I'm talking about. You want me to buy you a tube of mascara? Here, go on. So yeah, I'm thinking of getting the Milk Mini Rise Lifting and Lengthening Mascara. I actually really liked the original Milk, the Kush mascara. It was my go-to for a really long time. I still enjoy it. I haven't used it in a while because I found other ones that I like a little bit more, and other ones that I'm just like I'm testing out. But I'm interested in this one. I like the curve of the brush, and it's a mascara from a brand that's mascara I've enjoyed in the past, so that one I want to give a shot. The other mascara that is in my shopping cart is the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water Voluminizing Tubing Mascara. Now, I've never tried it. Well, I take that back. I think I tried a tubing mascara many moons ago when I was just I was a casual makeup wearer and I didn't even know the difference between like traditional mascara and tubing mascara. I was just like, whatever. So I don't have a lot of memory of using a tubing mascara. But I'm interested. I'm interested because I know that they can do a lot as far as like really giving you like a lot of volume, which is an issue that I have. I have fairly long lashes. My issue is volume. So I like them to be like separated and voluminized and then lengthened a bit. That's sort of like my trifecta of mascara perfection. So yeah, I'm just interested in trying their mascara, and I also am interested in trying Cali Ray in general. I feel like they kind of like popped up in Sephora, and then I've noticed that they've sort of been all over Instagram recently, and I'm just sort of interested. I was interested in their, what's it called? Their Free Dreaming Clean Blurring Skin Tint. That was originally in my cart, but I took it out. And the main reason for that is the color range is a bit iffy, in my opinion. No, the shade range rather is a bit iffy. Everything looks very orange leaning. And I feel like for a skin tint that you're wearing, especially in the summer when your oils come through, oils can actually lead to things oxidizing even more. And I feel like I would just be an Oompa Loompa wearing that. So I've decided to take that off. I still have it in my loves list, but I did originally have that in my cart, and I took that out like a couple days ago after thinking on it. But I at least want to try the mascara. I at least want to give that a shot and see what that's like. Next up, I have the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, which you guys have seen like all over, you know, YouTube, and I'm completely on the late freight with that. But it's because I'm on a no buy, so I didn't get a chance to try it or review it when everyone else did, but I'm still really, really interested in trying it because I have completely fallen in love with the Revealer Creamy Concealer. I'm wearing it right now. It has become the concealer that I wear pretty much every day. It's just a really good everyday concealer. It gives you enough coverage, but not too much. I never feel like when I'm wearing that I'm like wearing like heavy duty concealer. And I've been doing a lot lately. I have been skipping foundation, and I've just been using concealer and lightly over my face in areas that I feel like I need a little bit of coverage, and then adding a little bit of maybe bronzer or blush and some powder and mascara, and that's sort of been my vibe, which I've really been loving. If you guys want to see that, if you want to see my sort of no foundation makeup look, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely do sort of like a little demo for you of what I do every day for my makeup, just using that concealer as my only like complexion product. So yeah, that makes me very, very, very curious about the foundation, to see if I will like the foundation as much as I've come to love the concealer. The other complexion product that is in my cart is the Rose Inc Skin Enhanced Luminous Skin Tint. This just intrigues me so much. It's basically a serum with beads of pigment. I've seen people use it and it look amazing on them, and I want to look amazing too, you know. I want to try it. The range is a bit, again, the shade range is a bit interesting, and I think it's because of the fact that the pigment is so concentrated because they're in these little beads. But when you look at it in the bottle, and it comes in this like little frosted bottle, and then you see these little beads of pigment suspended in like a clear serum. Because of the concentration of the beads, the pigment looks much darker than it does once you like put it on your face and you actually like blend it out. So once I figured that out, it was a little bit easier for me to decide on a shade. And I've landed on the color 90 Medium Deep Skin Tone Olive. I have no idea if that will actually work for me. The other one that I'm thinking of that might work is the 100 Medium Deep Skin Tone Golden. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I might go with that one just to be on the safe side. Because the other one, while I think it would work, I think it might be just a tad too light. And I'll put a picture up of the model that they use for 100. I think I'm gonna change my mind and go with 100. Let me swap this out of my cart really quickly so that I don't. Yeah, there we go. Done. And guys, that's literally everything that's in my cart right now. Like I said, my cart is not finalized, but that's all that was in my cart and that has been sitting in my cart for the past, you know, month or so. On my loves list though, there's a lot more. Well, let's talk about it. Okay, I adjusted the camera because I felt like I was super low. I'm sitting in a chair that kind of makes me look like this, so I always have to like put a pillow under my butt. I didn't do that today, so I'm not a short person. I'm like 5'7", but for some reason when I'm sitting in this chair, I just look really like tiny. All right, so my loves list. Okay, I've got 3 of the Kayali travel size perfumes on my loves list. Don't judge me, hear me out. I love perfume. I've been really reticent to try the Kayalis. I just feel like I don't know if I would like the vibe, but I've heard people rave about these 3 particular scents. Again, I'm not really into super sweet, super like Victoria's Secret body spray type scents. But the Eden Juicy Apple, so many different people have raved about it, and people who I know aren't generally into super sweet scents still like this scent. So I'm curious, and I feel like it's 25 bucks. It's a mini. If I don't like it, I won't feel as torn up about it as I would if I purchase a full size. So that's on my list. I don't know if it will make it into my cart. The other Kayali perfume that is on my list is the Deja Vu White Flower. And that has my favorite flower in it. It has gardenia in it. So that kind of sold me. I was like, gardenia, yes. The other is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. And the notes on this are just really interesting to me. It's pink pepper, Bulgarian rose, and sandalwood. I don't know, something about that trio of scents it intrigues me. I don't know if it'll make it in. That's probably the wildest card of the 3 for me, and that's probably the one that I'll probably have to think long. I'll think long and hard on that one. Eden Juicy Apple, I don't feel as like reticent to try, but Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper could go. It could go one of 2 ways. It could smell amazing, or I could absolutely hate it. And I feel like it's going to be either one or the other and nowhere in between. So next up is this Tartelette Blush and Bloom Amazonian Clay Cheek Palette. Now listen, I'm not usually checking for Tarte for anything. I have a few Tarte items in my collection that I enjoy, and I wouldn't, I haven't decluttered them. I use them. I enjoy them. But generally speaking, I'm just not checking for Tarte. You know what I mean? But one thing I will say is that back in the day when I was just getting into makeup, I had a Tarte Amazonian Clay blush, and I freaking loved it. I actually think the Amazonian Clay blush formula is quite beautiful. And the shades in this palette are quite beautiful. The Petunia color is like this beautiful, beautiful, like muted apricot tone. And then you've got Wild Rose, which is like a muted pink. It's not like a baby doll pink. It's kind of got like some slightly muted rosy tones. And then you have Tulip, which is just so pretty. It's like a kind of like a burgundy brown, but muted. No, so it's not too much. All of those shades are beautiful to me. The issue that is that I said I was not going to be buying any more face palettes of any kind, highlighter palettes, full face palettes, blush palettes, because you wind up only using 1 or 2 of the shades, and then the others get neglected. And even though I enjoy all of the shades in this palette, I'm still reticent to buy it. Now, it's only $35, which isn't bad for a 3 blush palette. I mean, usually palettes are in the, $40, $50, $60 range, but $35 is not bad for this. And it doesn't look like it's huge, so it's not like you're getting like way too much product. I don't know. I really love all the shades. Do I need those shades? Not really, but they're so pretty to me. They're calling my name. And I'm really curious to see if I still like the Amazonian Clay formula, having used so many other formulas since then. I just kind of want to like do a throwback and be like, is this still good to me? Or if I have my tastes completely changed. Next up, I have the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Eyeliner. I'm just looking for a new liquid liner, guys. I have 2 felt tip liquid liners, and they both are giving me the vapors. I have the Pat McGrath liquid liner, and I have one from Holika Holika. And I have to say, I enjoy the Holika Holika one more than the Pat McGrath one. The Pat McGrath one, it's just not my fave. It isn't her best, you know, as far as products go for me. I bought it a long time ago and then I just never used it, and I've been using liquid liner a bit more recently when I've been doing like pastel looks, because I like to use a wing liner to sort of ground the look, you know, so that it's not quite as, you know, out there and all over the place. I feel like if you're, just a tip, if you want to do a pastel look but you're worried that it's just going to look like, you know, like watercolor paints, finger paints on your eye, do a winged liner. Brings the whole thing in, brings it together. So that's what I've been doing. And I've been going back and forth between the two, and I'm finding that the Holika Holika one is better, but I still don't like it because of the felt tip. So I'm just in the market for a brush tip liquid liner. That's really what it is. And this one looks nice. It has good reviews. It's only 19 bucks, which isn't cheap, but yeah. I'm either going to get that or I'm going to get the KVD kitten liner. I may do the mini version of that. That's on my loves list as well. I'm deciding between the two. But I'm thinking I'm either going to get a mini version of the KVD Beauty one and see if I actually like it. I'm tempted to just do that, because if I hate it, I won't be so like, I won't have a ton of product to finish up. Whereas I feel like with the Rare Beauty one, if I hate it, it's a full size and I feel compelled to finish it. But we'll see. I'm deciding between those two. All right, next up, I have the Liss Beauty Triple Fix Brightening Concealer. I have had this in my cart, and then I've taken it out of my cart, put it back on my loves list, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm really interested in this because I do enjoy the foundation. I'm not like absolutely in love with it, but I think it's a good foundation. But I'm just curious about the concealer. But at this point in my life, I have so many concealers. Even after my declutter, I open my concealer drawer and I'm like, I still have a ton of concealers, like a lot, especially considering that I'm really only using one right now. So I'm tempted to just like not get this right now. Maybe wait until I've finished a concealer. And the thing is that it takes me, even though I use concealer pretty much every day, I always feel like it takes me forever to finish a concealer. So we'll see. It's on my loves list. It was in my cart. It will stay on my loves list. I'm not writing it off completely, but I just don't see myself buying it now. Next up is the Laneige Water-Based Blue Hyaluronic Gel Moisturizer. Now, I still have this on my loves list, but I'm thinking I might take it off simply because of the price point and the amount of product, and the fact that I just replaced a moisturizer because I ran out of my facial moisturizer, and I got a Peter Thomas Roth. I was using Belief, the Belief Aqua Bomb gel moisturizer, which I really liked, but I went through that super fast, and for that price point I was just kind of like, I admit I tend to like higher end moisturizers. That's, you know, something that I splurge on. My cleanser is CeraVe. It's nothing fancy, but moisturizer is kind of one of those things that I spend a little more money on, and so for me, it has to be worth it. I have to feel like I get my money's worth. So even though I really liked the Belief one, the fact that I went through it so fast kind of gave me pause. I finished, like, it was a replacement moisturizer, and I finished it in like a month and a half, which, I mean, isn't a shorter period of time, but it's not that long either for something so expensive. So I just replaced that one because I literally finished it up. I was using a sample. I was like, okay, you're on a no buy. You said you can buy replacements, but finish up that one. I had like a little travel size of the Laneige. I think it's what's it called? It's their water cream one. It had a little tiny baby jar of that, and I finished that up. And then I purchased a new moisturizer, which I just started using. I used it for the first time today, actually, and I actually really like it. It's the Peter Thomas Roth Cloud Drench, I think it's called. It's the really lightweight one. When you put it on, it feels like water on your face. Oh, love it. If you have oily skin, I would recommend something like that, especially now that we're getting into the warmer months. I'm completely on a tangent now talking about skincare, but I'm just giving you my thought process of why, even though this particular moisturizer is on my wish list, on my loves list, I'm probably going to remove it because of the price point and because of the fact that I just bought a new one. But at the time, I had not. But yeah, this is on my wish list. I would say this. I love trying new moisturizers. So if I'm finished with the Peter Thomas Roth one, or when I finish with the Peter Thomas Roth one, I might try this one. It's just that's something that I don't feel like I need right now because I have a moisturizer. Also on my loves list is the Peter Thomas Roth Max Clear Invisible Priming Sunscreen Broad Spectrum. Now, let me tell you about my journey that I've had recently with sunscreens. I finished my Innisfree sunscreen, daily UV sunscreen, which I really enjoyed. My only gripe with that is that it's only SPF 36 and I prefer like SPF 50. I have a bunch of like sunscreens that I'm slowly working my way through, especially now because I bought a lot of them last year and I want to finish them up before they expire, because sunscreen only lasts 12 months after you open them. So I've been using the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen, and I raved about it, and I still like it. I really do. It's a great like everyday kind of like, it just kind of blurs a little. It's a priming kind of sunscreen, so you can put it under your foundation or any other makeup that you may be putting on that day. It looks great. And when I first bought it last year, I was using it and I was going between it and my Kula sunscreen, which I also really love. And I was going back and forth. So I wasn't using it every single day. I started using it every single day, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I started breaking out. And I knew why immediately. I just thought that sunscreen was a unicorn and it wouldn't break me out. And I was very wrong. It's the dimethicone, it's the silicones in it, because silicones always break me out. And I had been using that every single day for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and my skin was like, B, are you crazy? We don't do this, remember? And I was like getting breakouts here, and I'm acne prone, but I've been on like a retinol. I've been on tretinoin for almost a year now, and so when I get a breakout, it's pretty few and far between. And it's usually like a cystic, like under the skin, like one of those like, you know, ones that just sit under there and annoy you. But I was getting like, I had like 2 whiteheads here. I had whiteheads here. I was getting things on my forehead. In fact, I still have one that's kind of going away now. Excuse me? I was looking at myself like, what is happening? I've never been whitehead prone like that. And usually when I have whiteheads, it's usually a reaction to something. And I was like, well, Amira, do the thing. What are you using? What are the ingredients? What's going on? Because it was like, no matter what I was doing with my skin, I was still using my retinol. Like it was like nothing had really changed as far as my routine. And I realized it was the sunscreen. And the moment I stopped using it, I stopped breaking out. So again, if you are not acne prone, if you do not have issues with silicone, your skin does not have issues with silicones, or, you know, and dimethicone, I say use that and enjoy, because it's a good sunscreen. But I can't use it anymore. And as a result of that and thinking about it and the fact that I had this one on my list, and I started looking at the ingredients, and I was like, it's the same thing, Amira. Don't do it. So yeah, this is on my loves list. It will be being removed from my loves list with a sad face, because I think it's got decent reviews. It's got 5 stars. But yeah, I can't do the silicone-based sunscreens, and I just need to accept that fact. Just like I could never do silicone-based primers. I just need to accept that fact. So yeah, I literally just removed that. So that is gone. Again, like I said, the Cali Ray Blurring Skin Tint is on. I just, guys, I'm gonna look at I'm gonna put a picture up of what these swatches look like, and you tell me how orange this stuff looks. Like, it's orange, right? Am I like blind? I mean, I do wear glasses, but I don't usually have color vision issues. It's orange, isn't it? You tell me in the comments. Does this look, do these swatches look orange to you? Because they look orange to me. So yeah, that's a no. I'm taking that off. And then finally, the other thing that I have on my list, and it's been on my list for literally months, and I don't know if it's ever going to be purchased, but I figured I'd show it to you guys because it's still there. And I scrolled through my list and I'm like, hey, what's up? I don't know if I'm ever going to buy it. It is the Armani Beauty Neo Nude Color Melting Cream Blush in Warm Plum. And if you recall, one of the things that I purchased right before I went on my no-buy was the Color Melting Cream Blush in Brick Red. Now, let me give you a little update about that blush. I like it. I don't love it. And I say that because it could be the formula, it could be the shade. I have a feeling that it's probably the shade, but I'm not 100% sure. But I feel like it gets splotchy on my skin after a while. You know how sometimes with cream blushes, they can kind of fade? When that one fades on me, it just looks splotchy. It looks like I'm missing like pieces of the blush and not like all of the blush. Does that make sense? Like it just looks a little patchy. So I've tried it with different things. It still kind of gives me that vibe. I want to try it with a really, really matte foundation and see. Well, not a really, really. I don't own any really, really matte foundations. But I do own a matte foundation. I'm wearing it today. It is the Urban Decay Stay Naked, which I've been wearing a lot lately, ironically. But I've been enjoying it. It's been giving me, if I'm wearing foundation, it's been the Urban Decay Stay Naked. Go figure. I go through phases, and that's why I enjoy having a robust foundation collection, because I can go through a phase and then get over it. Thank you, sir. I can go through a phase and get over it and, you know, and move on to something else that I already have in my collection. I enjoy that as an option. But yeah, I'm tempted. I really want to try it. I haven't yet, but I think I might try it with this foundation and see what I think about it, because I really love this shade and I really want to give the formula another try, because when I swatch it on like my hand, and I love the way it looks when I blend it out, but it just has not played well with any of the foundations that I've used it with so far. And I don't know if it's the formula itself or I just need to use it with something different, or maybe I should try it on when I do my like no foundation look, maybe try it on bare skin. I don't know. I want to like it. I do, because I love the shade range and I love that shade, and I love the Warm Plum shade. Like I'm looking at it now and I'm just like, yes, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So I want to give it another try, but I don't know if it'll make the cut for this round of sales, or sale rather. I don't know. Now, when the Sephora sale rolls around, usually what winds up happening with me is that I wind up placing 2 orders. I place I'm an adult person with responsibilities and bills and a budget, and I am purchasing 5 items. And then there's the second order that I place, which is the order that's closer to the end of the sale date. That's like, oh my God, the sale is almost ending. Let me get all that stuff that I had in my loves list before the sale is over. Panic purchase! Or as I call it, the, you know, F it purchase, and you just buy all the things. My goal is to avoid that second, buy all the things. That's not saying I won't make a second order. I might take some time and think about what's already in my cart, only purchase a few things, rethink about it, you know, and then maybe purchase the other 3 items. I don't know yet. But my goal is to not buy every single thing that's on my love list. That's really my only goal, because I don't feel like I need to purchase it now. The majority of the items on my loves list are permanent items. Nothing in my cart, nothing on my list, in my loves list, is limited edition, which means I have all the time in the world to make a choice. And so my view, that has been my view for a while, is the slow buy point of view, and to know that that stuff will still be there. Sephora will have another sale, and if I'm still interested, I can purchase it then. But right now I'm focusing more on what's in my actual cart, because those are things that have been in my cart for a really long time, and there are things that I've thought long and hard about, and I feel like good about spending my money on those particular items. So that's where we stand. My list is not very exciting, guys. I mean, that's why I asked if you guys wanted me to do this, but I wanted to show you a perfectly reasonable, perfectly boring Sephora cart, because I feel like a lot of times we see these carts and people are buying like $500 worth of items, and I'm like, and I've done that. Don't get me wrong. I've done that. I've been that girl. I am not that girl anymore. I'm not that woman anymore. I just am not. I don't feel the need to do that. I think the last time I did that was the Sephora sale right before lockdown, and I was really just like buying my emotions at that point, you know? So yeah, this is my perfectly reasonable, perfectly boring Sephora wish list / shopping cart. Let me know in the comments, guys, what are you thinking of buying from the sale? Are you even participating in the sale? I know a lot of people are skipping it this year. So let me know in the comments below. Are you participating in the sale? And if so, what are you buying? Let me know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.